one of the horsemen, I was a bit skeptical about myself, but at the time I needed something to fit in there, and I went with Nero, yeah, the Antichrist of ancient Rome, because he was the Antichrist back then, the Antichrist of his time. But the other three horsemen, the space of time between Nero and the other three that I proposed was considerable, and I thought, perhaps not, but it was the best I could do. However, when I sat down and I thought about it, and I don't know how I didn't see this the first time, the other antichrists, Nostradamus identifies Napoleon as an antichrist, and Hitler, okay, he called him Hister, almost got his name spot on. Everything else he got about Hitler's Nazi Germany was spot on. But yeah, I don't know how I missed it. Napoleon, yeah, another antichrist of the late 18th century, early 19th century, okay, and this fits very well. It's a perfect fit for the other three that I proposed, okay, and I'm going to go through them now with you. And this is going to be in the second edition of the book. I will be changing Nero as the first horseman of the apocalypse, the white horse. I'll be changing it to Napoleon, because look what else Napoleon did, okay? He tried to take over the Roman Catholic Church. He crowns himself, yeah? And we've got it in Revelation. The white horseman has a crown. And he captured the Pope, Pope Pius VII. He put him in prison for not meeting his demands, for not doing whatever he wanted. And this is very fitting for the first horseman. It's almost, well, it's very similar to Nero, yeah? Very similar to Nero of Rome, although Nero was just mad. He was a madman. Yeah, and he just burnt all of Rome to the ground. But when we put Napoleon in, it fits beautifully, because we have Napoleon, yeah, fall of Napoleon, early 19th century, okay, and then shortly afterwards, okay, we have the First World War, the Red Horse of War, yeah, who took peace from man, it says in Revelation. I've not got the exact quote, I'll put it on the screen. Oh man, it's just so fitting, so fitting. I'm sure I've got it, I'm sure I've got it. Yeah. So yeah, first horseman, I initially went with Nero. Now I'm saying Napoleon, because not so long after that we have World War I, which is what I thought was the second horse of the apocalypse. The assassination of Franz Ferdinand and his wife sparks a war between Serbia and Austria-Hungary. Austria to Hungary, yeah. And later Russia and Germany and their allies. In just 5 years, up to 65 million people are killed, including those who were killed by the Spanish influenza, known as the war to end all wars. This was the understatement of the century. 1914 to 1918. Immediately after that, okay, what are we looking at? 22 years, global depression. Yeah? The black horse of death, of famine, the black horse of famine. The Great Depression, the US stock market crashes, unemployment rises, severe drought devastates agriculture, suicide rates go through the roof, and commodity prices plunge in the US, affecting worldwide economy and claiming millions of lives through starvation and malnutrition. 1930 to 1940. What do we have immediately after that? Or sorry, before it's even had a chance to finish. 1939 to 1945. We have a Second World War. The fourth seal. A mountain of corpses, the pale horse of death. Pale horse of death. Look at the Jews during the Holocaust, okay? Pale enough for you? World War II. Up to 85 million are killed during the horrific violence and slaughtering of innocent Jews during this bloodiest and most memorable war of our time, decided with the largest aerial battle in history and 2 atomic explosions that wipe out from 150,000 to 250,000 people living in the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan, and many more thereafter due to radioactive poisoning and other injuries. There we go. I've given you the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and this is irrefutable. Scholars cannot reject this, okay? These all happened respectively, yeah? All around the same time. And no, it is not a coincidence. Just like all of the Bible, everything that God does in your life is not just a coincidence. It's all planned, yeah? And it's all been written in the book of Revelation. Yeah. So, there it is. There it is. I said I wouldn't include it, but now that I've gone over it, and I've replaced Nero with Napoleon, another Antichrist, who is much more fitting in Revelation chapter 6. I'm going to tell you it. I've just given you 4 horsemen. So, that's it. Yeah? I wasn't joking when I said you would be getting all of Revelation decoded. Because that's exactly what I've done.